The ingredients which you need for the dough are 3.5 cups of bread flour, 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of warm water, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and 1.5 teaspoons of yeast.
First, mix all the dough ingredients together, either by hand or using a mixer. Then knead for about 10 minutes or until the dough is smooth. If you need to, you can add a little bit more water or more flour to achieve the desired consistency. I had to add 1 extra tablespoon of water. Right now the weather's dry where I live, so the dough ends up being a little bit drier. After the dough is smooth, cover it and let it sit in a warm place for about 40 minutes or until it doubles in size. Then remove the dough from the bowl and break it into 2 equal pieces. If you wanted to make smaller pizzas, then you could break it into 3. Form each piece into a smooth ball. Oil with olive oil generously on top and in a bowl. Then place each dough ball in its own bowl and cover with plastic wrap. Let this sit for about another 40 minutes and the dough will once again expand. If your house is cold, the dough may need to sit a little bit longer in order to be workable.
So now we're going to take a look inside the oven. I'm going to show you what pizza stone I used to cook the pizza. This on the bottom, I have a 16-inch pizza stone, which I'm going to use for the first time today. So that's what it looks like when it's brand new. It was about $35 on Amazon. I also have another pizza stone on top here. And you can see this is what it looks like after a couple uses. It gets pretty black from the grease, like the pizza grease or whatever. But that's normal. The reason I have this one on top of this one is because I figure what you're trying to do when you cook pizza is get the oven as hot as possible so the pizza cooks really quickly. I really want to try to recreate like that brick oven kind of a like atmosphere. So by having one on top and one on bottom, like this is going to reflect the heat back down onto the pizza, which I'm going to put here. So what I need to do now is just heat the oven up to 500 degrees, as hot as it goes, for about at least 30 minutes. Longer is better. And to make the pizza sauce, what I'm going to use is crushed or pureed tomatoes. These just come right out of the can like this. They're not cooked. Check and see if they have salt or you need to add salt. Mine already has salt. Then add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, half a teaspoon of sugar, and then basil and oregano to your taste.
Mix all of the sauce ingredients together until well combined. You can taste test this to see if it tastes good to you. If not, you can add more of any of the ingredients: salt, oil, sugar.
For the toppings, I'm going to make 2 different pizzas. One is just going to be a regular cheese and tomato sauce pizza, and the other one is going to be a margarita pizza. So for the cheese and tomato, I'm just going to use the tomato sauce, which I made, shredded mozzarella, and shredded provolone. Now the cheese is kind of important, so buy the best kind of cheese that you can find. I recommend you to do that. And for the margarita, I'm going to use sliced tomatoes, sliced fresh mozzarella. I'm going to use basil as a topping, and I'm also probably going to use olive oil, salt, and pepper.
So after about 40 minutes or so, I'm going to toss out my dough by hand. What I have here is a pizza peel. This is going to allow me to slide the pizza into the oven. You need to coat it with cornmeal. And I didn't show it in the video, but you also need to coat the outside of the dough with flour and cornmeal if you want on the crust. Then place the dough on your work surface and gently press down in the middle, increasing the size of the dough ball into a large circle. Then take it with your hands, and what I kind of do is rotate it from left to right, and it'll gently stretch. And then what you can also do is form two fists with your hands, and then the same thing, just rotate from your left to your right wrist slowly and stretch at the same time, and this will make the pizza gradually get larger. When it's large enough, place it on the pizza peel. Gently shake it back and forth and see if it moves. If it doesn't move, then you need to add more corn flour. Sorry, I meant cornmeal. Once you've got it sliding easily back and forth, what you need to do is add your sauce and your cheese. And if you want, you could add some dried basil and oregano on top. Now this is for the regular cheese pizza, of course. Your oven should be really hot by now, so go ahead and place the pizza in the oven and gently shake the pizza off onto the stone. Mine was done in about 5 to 6 minutes, but my crust was a really thin style, so it takes that's how I like it, and it takes like less to cook. But generally it should be done pretty quickly, like in under 10 minutes. For the Margarita pizza, I coated the pizza first with olive oil, that's optional. Then I added salt and pepper. Then I added my sliced mozzarella, my tomatoes on top of that. I cooked it again for about 5 to 6 minutes until the edges are brown. Then for serving, I added my fresh basil after it came out of the oven. I also added Parmesan. I'm Catherine from Yemeni Foods. Thanks for watching my video on how to make pizza. If you're interested in more videos like this one, be sure to check out my channel, Yemeni Foods, and find me on Facebook.